I know we serve a big God. And I want to believe that our God is going to come through in a lot of big ways, because our God loves these boys and girls so much. Last year, we asked you to step into the fight with us.
We showed you that there were over 50,000 children whose images sat in a global database waiting to be identified.
Boys and girls all over the world are being abused and tortured, and we still don't even know their name. Their identity is unknown. Because of you, we've been able to identify over 800 boys and girls with our team and partners. We've been able to be a part of rescuing so many. And I want to say thank you for standing with us. More importantly, thank you for fighting for them. So many lives have been changed. But this year, we still have unknown in the campaign because there's still so many boys and girls that are still unknown.
Last year's campaign was called Unknown. This year's campaign is called Unknown and Unfinished, because we know there are hundreds of thousands of children that we don't see in images, but that are being abused, and we know that they're hurting, and we know that they're afraid.
So we couldn't move on to a new campaign. We have to continue in this fight because the mission's unfinished. So would you please say yes like you did last year?
What if I told you that right now, law enforcement can see over 500,000 unique IP addresses that are trading images of children under 12 being sexually abused, some of them are being tortured, and some of them are being raped? What if I told you that we know that the majority of those offenders are also committing contact offenses against children in their own homes, in their own communities? These offenders have an average of 13 victims each.
That's hundreds of thousands of little boys and girls that are in desperation, that are experiencing an evil they should never have to experience.
These offenders have spent their entire lives perfecting deception.
Many sex offenders are not only capable, but they're quite adept at compartmentalizing. They seem like the nicest guys in the world. They're often very good with children. They're adept at not only grooming children, manipulating their victims, but also worming their way into our youth-serving organizations, our churches and temples, and our families. Their deviance begins to express itself, and they go online, they find other like-minded individuals with whom they begin to share everything from stories to images to videos to techniques on how to evade detection by law enforcement and how to manipulate others so that they can commit acts of harm.
The worst moments of these little boys and girls' lives, they're being memorialized, they're being celebrated, and they're being traded with people that are viewing them for their pleasure.
At TTF, we have a sense of urgency because we know hundreds of thousands of children all over the world right now are waiting to be rescued.
What we're asking you to help us do is, number one, safeguard. Safeguard as many boys and girls as possible through rescue operations with our team and partners domestically and around the world.
And we need to be able to expand our rescue operations, and we need to be able to come alongside law enforcement all over the world to increase our ability and their ability to be able to get to as many children as possible.
Number two is to stand up. Better training, stand up, better technology so that law enforcement would be equipped with the right training and technology to get to as many as fast as possible.
We have technology now that can pinpoint offenders with the highest likelihood of actually abusing children. We want to focus on those offenders, and we want to help law enforcement all over the world get to those children that need to be rescued.
And number three would be to strengthen law enforcement around the world through legislation and policy.
To finish what we started on Capitol Hill, we went to Congress because we need to be able to build a rescue team that can address this crisis at scale. Congress right now is hard at work drafting legislation based on the testimony that we gave them to get to all of these children in the unknown database, but also all the children that we can't see that we know are waiting for rescue.
I I believe that we can get to so many of these boys and girls. I believe we can radically make a difference in the evil that is taking place in this world for so many boys and girls. But even if it was just one, it would still be enough. All of the work, all of the strain, all of the effort would still be enough, even if it was just for one. But we believe we can get to many more. And would you help us do that? So for my 37th birthday, I'm asking you to stand side by side with me, but for them, because you're being called to protect, to safeguard, to love all of these boys and girls. Unknown and unfinished, because the mission isn't complete until all are known and all are free.